Have you ever heard of a betrayal so profound it shattered the very stars? Long before your journey, brave Tarnished, a terrible event occurred. It is known as the Night of Black Knives. Godwyn the Golden, a beloved demigod, was slain. This was no ordinary murder. It was the first death of a demigod in all of history. The assassins used daggers imbued with the power of destined death. This act sent shockwaves through the lands between. But who truly orchestrated this calamity? Some say Queen Marika herself had a hidden hand in these dark events. A shadow war, fought with secrets and lies, set the stage for an age of ruin. The echoes of this night still resonate. The lands between was not always a place of ruin and despair. Imagine a realm of breathtaking beauty. It was once a glorious kingdom, bathed in the golden light of the Erd tree. This colossal, luminous tree stood at the center of everything. Queen Marika the Eternal was its ruler. She was a goddess, powerful and seemingly immortal. Her children, the demigods, were figures of immense strength and majesty. For a time there was a semblance of peace, a golden age. Yet beneath this shining surface ambitions stirred like serpents. The Golden Order, the set of laws Marika upheld, was not as perfect as it seemed to all. For some it was a cage, gilded but restrictive. At the heart of this order was the Elden Ring. Do not picture a simple piece of jewelry one might wear. The Elden Ring was far more. It was a cosmic force, a confluence of great runes. It dictated the very laws of reality in the lands between. It governed life, death, and everything in between. Its power was absolute. Then, the unthinkable happened. The Elden Ring was shattered, broken into many pieces. These fragments became known as Great Runes. This cataclysmic event plunged the world into utter chaos. The rules that governed existence itself became twisted and broken. Death became a forgotten concept for many, leading to endless suffering. And what of you, the Tarnished? You are the descendants of warriors banished long ago. Exiled from the lands between, your ancestors lost the guidance of grace. They lived and died in faraway lands. But now, something has changed. The call has gone out. The lost grace of gold now beckons you back to this broken world. It guides your path. Why? You are to stand before the shattered Elden Ring. You are to gather the great runes from the demigods who claimed them. Your ultimate destiny, they say, is to become the Elden Lord. But what does this title truly entail? Will you restore the old order, or will you forge an entirely new path for this tormented land? The choice, it seems, rests heavily upon your shoulders. Many inhabitants of the lands between revere the Greater Will. It is often perceived as the supreme deity, the architect of the Golden Order, the source of the Erd Tree's power. But the cosmos is vast, and its secrets are manifold. The Greater Will is not the only cosmic entity with an interest in this world. Other, stranger powers exist. They are known as the Outer Gods. These beings reside beyond the known realms. They whisper insidious promises. They offer forbidden knowledge and terrible power. They each have their own inscrutable designs for the lands between. They are patient, and they are persistent. Consider the Formless Mother, for instance. She is an outer god who craves wounds and revels in bloodshed. Moog, Lord of Blood, is her most devoted servant. He seeks to establish a new dynasty, drenched in the suffering she adores. Then there is the Frenzied Flame. This terrifying entity desires nothing less than total annihilation. It wishes to melt everything down, to merge all life, all thought, all existence back into a single seething, chaotic oneness. It promises an end to all suffering and distinction. But this also means the end of individuality, of joy, of memory. A truly horrifying salvation, if one could even call it that. These are but two of many such entities. These outer gods are far from passive observers. They actively meddle in the affairs of mortals and immortals alike. They work through chosen emissaries like Moog. They corrupt venerable institutions. They prey on the desperate and the ambitious. The shattering, the war that broke the Elden Ring, was a golden opportunity for them. With the Golden Order in disarray, a power vacuum emerged. This allowed their insidious influence to spread like a contagion. You can see their touch in the blighted landscapes of Caelid, ravaged by millennia's scarlet rot, which some say has its own outer god. You can feel it in the creeping madness that afflicts once noble knights. Their presence is often subtle, yet undeniably pervasive. Understanding this cosmic struggle fundamentally changes our perception of the lands between. The conflict is not merely a civil war between warring demigods fighting over power. It is a far grander, more terrifying game. The lands between is a battleground, a prize coveted by these ancient, unfathomable beings. Your actions, your choices might unknowingly align you with one of these powers. or perhaps with great effort, you can find a way to defy them all. The fate of this world and perhaps others truly hangs in a delicate, divine balance. The stakes are higher than most could ever imagine. Let us delve into the tale of Miquella the Unalloyed. He is one of the most enigmatic and fascinating demigods. Cursed with eternal childhood, he possessed a brilliant mind. He was the twin brother of Millennia, Blade of Miquella, who herself suffered the scarlet rot. Miquella dedicated his existence to finding a cure for his sister. He also sought to create a new order, one free from the meddling influence of the outer gods and their fickle wills. To this end, he nurtured his own sacred tree, the Halig tree. It was intended as a sanctuary, a haven for all those spurned or persecuted by the strictures of the Golden Order, a truly compassionate and ambitious vision. Miquella's story is deeply intertwined with the mysterious figure of Saint Trina. Few in the lands between know much about Saint Trina. She, or perhaps he, is associated with sleep, slumber, and dreams. Some ancient texts and whispered rumors suggest that Saint Trina is in fact Miquella himself, or perhaps an alter ego, a different aspect of his being. Miquella understood the power of sleep. He used it to soothe suffering, to commune with others. His plans were vast and intricate. Beyond curing millennia, he even sought to orchestrate an eclipse. This celestial event was meant to ward off the influence of outer gods and perhaps even challenge the concept of fate itself. A truly audacious endeavor. Long before the Erd tree cast its golden glow, long before Queen Marika established her reign, the lands between was a very different place. In that primordial era, ancient dragons ruled the world. They were majestic creatures of immense power and wisdom. Their civilization is now mostly forgotten, reduced to crumbling ruins. Consider the magnificent floating city of Faro Mazula. It is a relic of their time, slowly disintegrating in the sky. Dragon Lord Placidusax, a colossal two-headed dragon, was their Elden Lord. He sits patiently in the heart of a storm beyond time. He awaits the return of his own god, a deity that fled or was lost eons ago. This forgotten age holds many secrets. These hidden histories and forgotten tales add incredible depth to the world. They reveal that the lands between is a place with layers upon layers of history. Civilizations rise, flourish, and eventually fall, like tides upon the shore. The Golden Order, for all its perceived permanence, is not the beginning of history, nor is it necessarily fated to be the end. Understanding these past eras enriches your journey through the present. It illuminates the ancient grudges and deep roots of the conflicts you witness and partake in. Every weathered stone, every crumbling ruin, every forgotten item description tells a fragment of a much larger, epic story. One of the most remarkable things about Elden Ring is how it tells its story. The game does not simply hand you a neatly written history book. There are no lengthy cinematic expositions that explain everything. Instead, the lore is fragmented. It is scattered across the world like pieces of a shattered mosaic. You discover it through cryptic item descriptions. You glean it from the subtle details in the environment. A weathered statue might hint at a forgotten hero. A ruined city might whisper tales of a lost civilization. Even the placement of certain enemies can offer clues. Each discovery is a small breadcrumb, enticing you to delve deeper into the pervasive mystery. The foundational mythology of Elden Ring was crafted by George R. R. Martin, yes, the acclaimed author of A Song of Ice and Fire. He did not write the game's immediate storyline, the events you directly experience. Instead, he laid the groundwork. He established the deep history, the ancient myths, the complex relationships between the gods and demigods who existed long before your arrival. He created the grand tapestry of the world before it was torn apart by the shattering. From software, the developers, then built upon this rich foundation. They wove the tale of the game's present, the consequences of that ancient history. This collaboration resulted in a world that feels incredibly deep and lived in. This unique method of storytelling is incredibly effective. It transforms you, the player, into an active participant in uncovering the narrative. You become an archaeologist, carefully sifting through ruins for ancient secrets. You become a detective, piecing together disparate clues to solve a grand, enigmatic puzzle. This fosters an unparalleled sense of personal discovery. Your understanding of the lore is something you earn. It is something you build yourself. This also means that interpretations can vary. The vibrant online community constantly shares theories, debates nuances, and collaboratively works to unravel the deepest secrets of the lands between. The story becomes a shared, evolving experience. This is precisely why the lore of Elden Ring resonates so profoundly and endures so strongly. It is not merely static background information, it is an integral, dynamic part of the gameplay experience itself. The game respects your intelligence, it rewards your curiosity. The lands between feels truly ancient, filled with echoes of forgotten ages and untold stories. Its mysteries seem boundless, always hinting at something more just beyond your grasp. And that, Brave Tarnished, is the irresistible allure of this world. It promises endless wonder, challenging you to uncover its truths, one fascinating fragment at a time. The journey into its depths is a reward in itself.